I'm Bobby with Gately Audio, and I want to present to you the STEREOTYPE. This brand new build that we completed recently and debuted at the Gately Audio Show has been an awful lot of fun for us from the beginning of the build all the way to premiering it and then taking it out to Hangtown and giving out hundreds of demos. We've had a super good time with this truck, and it's getting ready to head home. So let's do a little walk around and let me show you this thing. We'll start at the back. The amp rack at the back of the truck is a steel construction. I designed the layout of the amplifiers and the steel components. I had our friend Steve Mead fiber laser cut the 3/16 steel for us. The technicians Colt and Gary welded it all up. We had some powder coat put on those components, and the amp rack is super solid at the back of the vehicle. So back here, you see the 4 amplifiers. The 3 vertical, taller amplifiers are Gately Audio G1 15,000D amplifiers. They're 15,000 watt amplifiers, rated at a 1/2 ohm. They are wired to 0.35 ohms, so we're getting quite a bit of power out of them, and we're powering them at 16.5 volts. Super fun. They're good up to 17 volts. This big amplifier here in the center is our G8 4000D. So this is a 500 by 8 channel amplifier. Also running at the 16.5 volts, so it's making a ton of power. It's going to be a lot of fun. Down here you see a bunch of beautiful sky-high OFC wire and SMD fuse and distribution blocks. Some super clean wiring by our technician Gary with some help from Tyson and Colt. And if you see this hose we have over here, we're kind of cheating. We were able to use the factory air conditioning rear AC system to help cool the amplifiers back here. It's actually worked very well. Because we were a little bit ahead of the game for debuting the STEREOTYPE at the Gately Audio Show, Barry had the idea of getting the vehicle wrapped. And that was a pretty spontaneous idea. So we made a quick phone call to our buddies Nick and Matt at Ceramic Pro Lodi. We selected this color that's relatively similar to the color of our amplifiers. We were super stoked to find that. And then this really pretty gunmetal-ish gray wrap that we used on that. That also very similarly matched the wheels that Barry picked out, which I think looks super trick and fit really nicely with everything else we've done on the truck. So on a really short time frame, we got the truck down to Ceramic Pro. They got the whole wrap done, cleaned everything up. There was a body shop guy, I can't remember what his name is, maybe somebody will list it in the comments for me, that replaced the rear gate, did a little bit of body work on the truck before it went over to Ceramic Pro, and they home run this thing, and it looks fantastic. The build is super solid, it's super loud, ultra reliable, and it's been an awful lot of fun. We'll stop right here and I'll show you briefly. We have a one of the 2 C-Max banks. These are 90 amp hours. There's another one on the other side of the truck. A little bit more SMD fusing and a little Victron Energy DC to DC converter. This is what is powering the lower voltage stuff of the truck, which is just simply the JL Audio DSP that we'll see on the other side and the Pioneer head unit we have in the dash. So we'll start here at the door. We at Gately Audio didn't build these door panels. Somebody else did, and they did a pretty good job. We helped out a little bit by making these rings that covered some blemishes that were in the upholstery, and they also acted as adapter rings to put our Gately Audio mids in the doors. So taking a look right here, you've seen this on many of the builds that we've done. Everybody loves them, so they always ask for them, and we're happy to provide them because we're getting really good at it now. They used to be really challenging to make, but now we're hitting home runs with these things. But these custom pillars that we do, housing 4 on each side of our G3 mid-range Gately Audio speakers, along with 4 on each side, our GTW tweeters. So looking here at the inside of the enclosure, you'll see our 6 Gately Audio Relentless Neo 4-inch coil subwoofers. 18s, and the inside of this Series 6th order bandpass box. If you look up towards the back of the enclosure, you'll see the top of the port The lit up braces are something pretty trick that our friend Barry asked us to provide. He really wanted this thing to light up really well and be beautiful, and especially once we got those woofers in there, we wanted to light those things up. So at the start of the build, we reinforced the whole roof of the truck with Baltic birch plywood that we laminate with construction adhesive to the roof of the vehicle. We do this on many vehicles, and then we frequently add a second layer, and that's what we did here in Barry's build. And it's always nice to have something to light up the inside of the cab of the vehicle when we're, filming videos and just creating content, and just, part of the light show of these things when they're showing them off. And we've done something similar to this in several builds, but we put a big Gately shield on the roof, and we put a bunch of badass LEDs in it, and it lights up and it's beautiful. And in the dash, for the time being, he still has a head unit in there. It's shaken around a couple times and it's adjusted itself, but we haven't had any functionality issue with it yet. So for the meantime, we are going to leave that head unit right there, and possibly at some point in the future, along with a handful of other modifications to the build that we are tentatively considering doing, it's going to stay there. It may end up in a handheld unit. In the meantime, we've used this on a bunch of vehicles. Actually, the first one of these I made for myself, but everybody loves it. It's just a little simple 3D printed component that I house the JL Audio DRC205 volume and bass control knob. So this runs the main volume, and this runs the subwoofer part of the system here. It's super easy to operate. A lot of times when people are really scared of the build, I'll just hand this thing over to them and be like, just go ahead and turn everything up until you like it. And most of the time when you do that, they'll usually turn it all the way up, even when they're really scared of it. Let's take a look under the hood. So here under the hood, keeping it pretty simple, he just has two alternators. I believe these are 400 amp alternators. I don't know what brand these are, but they got a really pretty red powder coat on those. I wasn't sure if he was intending to have a red theme, and then it turned into blue once he had big blue Gately amps, but I guess they aren't entirely out of place. More Steve Mead and Sky High fun stuff under here, and a Brand X voltage regulator. Like I mentioned earlier, this truck is operating at 16.5 volts, so we like to have a really big, stout, high performance voltage regulator, because we don't want any crazy failures. We don't want any voltage spikes or horrific drops with these crazy lithium batteries we have in this truck. We don't want anything funny happening with voltage. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel to get updates. We expect to be adding more and more videos and content over time. We appreciate you. Have a great day. like super distracted by the people over there. It's like I'm there, like right there.